You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Devious Maids After Show. I'm your host, Laila Sadny, and I'm here with my awesome two co-hosts.
Hello, I'm Candice.
And I'm Francesca.
Awesome. So we have actually a lot to cover tonight. We're going to start out with last week's episode, Betrayal, and I'm going to throw it to Miss Candice over there.
Yeah, actually, last week's episode was Private Lies, and then we're going to go into episode 7, Betrayal. But we have some key points that happened in episode 6 that we're going to cover really quickly to spiral into episode 7. So Marisol discovers a little secret about Opal. What do you think about this, Francesca?
It's kind of a big secret.
It's a big secret
about Opal.
They were lovers.
Secret love.
So Opal and Nick's ex-wife, Dahlia, she's, bringing her some clothes to wear in the hospital because she had a little fall when Marisol started asking questions. Look, I know Dahlia had an affair, and Opal was a little nervous, and she kind of bit the dust and fell off that huge ladder.
Yes.
And so when Marisol was bringing her clothes, kind of snooping, we had Carmen.
That was so funny. She's like, oh, we just need help picking a lock. She goes, what? Just because I'm Puerto Rican? And then she walks over and picks the lock.
So we find that out in episode 6, and at the end of episode 6, Marisol, welcomes Opal back home, and she lets her know, okay, I'm not gonna, pry into Opal's love life anymore, into Dahlia's love life anymore, and I'm good with that. And Opal goes to the room and sees that her drawer, her little secret lover drawer, has been tampered with.
Yeah, she said she's gonna be just like Opal. What was it that? Knows things but just keeps it to herself with her, what did she say? Oh my God, with knives behind her back or something like that. Like, I forgot exactly what she said since it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago. But yeah.
She's trying to play smart.
Yeah,
just like how Opal does.
Play her cards right. I love the comment that Opal told Marisol in the hospital, she's like, I'm sorry, I just mean a little curious. And Opal's like, well, that happened to the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. And all right, and then moving on to Rosie and
Mr. Spence.
So she tries to help out Lucinda, which I believe Laila or who predicted? I think you predicted that she was going to go and try to find Lucinda's daughter, which she did in one episode. That was really fast. That was a good prediction.
I know.
So she went out and she found her like right away, and it took like no work. And she brings her back, and Miss Lucinda's daughter just smacks her.
What's that?
She smacks her.
Oh, yes. And I thought something like that would happen because if you're out of someone's life for a long time, I know a lot of, you just see all the time when they have adoptive stuff going on that the child's pretty upset, like, why did you leave me and blah, blah, blah. But then we find out that she did try to find her 4 years ago, but Mr. Kenny sent her away.
I don't understand that because he seems so sweet with Rosie's son, and he's trying to be a good guy.
He's devious, man. I'm telling you, he's devious, and which you see more in the next episode.
That's true, but there's something there. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something that's why he's keeping her daughter away from Lucinda. There's a reason why he doesn't want her close.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a little weird.
Especially how at the end of episode 6 he gives his power of attorney to his nephew that's dating Rosie. I don't like heroes.
He's pretty devious.
He's very devious. Yeah. We get into episode 7, we will see how devious this guy is. But next, Zoila finds love
Oh, thank God.
at the farmer's market.
Thank the Lord. And you know what? He's a good-looking
He's
guy.
a good-looking guy. Let's just hope he doesn't have any, skeletons in the closet. Let's just hope he's not married. It's nothing scandalous.
Exactly. But I'm happy for her.
I know. All over peppers.
Chilequiles.
Chilequiles and peppers.
I love her comment. She tells him, you're trying to school me on chilequiles. Like, I'm Mexican. We have
I know.
chilequiles.
I think it makes me kind of sad and upset for her, though, how she's so protective up front just because she just got hurt. So she was just like throwing him down from the beginning, and I'm just like, let the pain go, let it go.
No, it was cute though how she divulged at the end after he asked her out on a date to come over. She because he wanted to know her secret ingredient in the chilequiles, and she's like, it's nutmeg. Do you still want to go out with me?
Yeah.
He's like, of
yes.
course, you weirdo. All right, and last but not least of episode 6, recapping my favorite, Genevieve. She interferes with Valentina, Ethan, and Remy, that little, love triangle.
Oh.
Ethan tells her, that he really would like to go to a college on the East Coast, and he hasn't gotten accepted. He got accepted to UCLA and USC, and that wasn't good enough for Genevieve. She needs him out of the picture so Remy can get back with Valentina.
Yeah.
And long and behold, he gets into Brown the next day.
Where was she when I was trying to get into USC?
Right? Could have used her help.
And Valentina figures it out, and she has a talk with Genevieve, and she lets her know, I really feel so close to you. You're like my mother. So I feel I can tell you this, but out.
And then gives her a kiss on the head and walks away.
But in this episode, also Remy, he runs into Ethan, and he sees firsthand what a douche she is. Like, he shows him like this side, just like a douchebag side, and Remy, I think that makes him want to fight more for Valentina now because he knows she deserves the best.
Yeah, and there's something, he says there's something about him that just isn't right, and he is Opal's son, so
he's crazy.
He hit that right on the head right there.
Oh yeah,
he's a little creepy too.
Definitely creepy.
So
got half of Opal's genes. Oof.
Yeah, we'll get more into Remy and Valentina and Ethan.
Yeah. So that was the end, and then Rosie ended up going out with the nephew and Kenny.
Oh yeah,
that was actually
those were like the main
She's
points.
trying to move. She's trying to move on, but her, where her heart is at.
She doesn't like Kenny.
Oh no,
Kenny's just the rebound.
No, because he we see in the next episode, but he's trying to get with her, and he keeps trying to kiss her, and she's like kissing him on the cheek. And as girls, we know, when you're kissing them on the cheek, you're like, it's not happening.
Turn the cheek,
it's like the pat hug.
Like, please don't touch me too much, please. Keep your distance. But awesome. Well, we'll get into this week's episode, Betrayal. I guess, starts off with in the kitchen with Opal and Marisol, and just creepy is like the best word, I guess, to describe it. I just loved the banter between the two of them with the coffee, and she's like, oh, it's a special blend I'm working on, and there's some arsenic or something in the coffee. You're not
poison.
Spit in that coffee.
No, a little more than that. But it's just, I don't know. We find out more in the episode about Opal and Marisol just wanting her out, and Marisol was winning with getting rid of her. Well, maybe, I don't know. And then Remy trying with Valentina. He brought her the flowers. He's trying so hard. I'm just rooting for him. But Valentina's like, I'm dating someone else, and she's not having it. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
She's just stubborn. I just think. And it shows throughout the episode when he gives her that, beautiful little picture of Africa.
I like that.
She's, looking at it. And when Ethan called her, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to call you back. It's like, if you like somebody, you call them back. Like, oh, you don't get busy. You want to talk to that person.
Exactly.
So I think Remy's, he's wearing her down.
He's taking what his mom said, don't show what's wrong with Ethan. Show the good stuff in you. So.
Exactly. Which is great advice.
I like how Zoila told him, I'm on your side. I want you to win.
Everyone's on Team Remy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he messed up,
How about Valentina catching Evelyn and Tony in the act?
Awkward.
Yeah.
But I love how she brought Mr. Powell back early.
Adrian, yeah. So I just want to discuss the pure genius of Adrian, like him in the crazy farm hospital. He's just so amazing on that show, and just cracks me up every time I watch it. I'm just like blown away. You're awesome. Come on our show.
I love how Valentina asked him, so how are you doing? He's like, this is amazing. I should have went to the loony bed years ago.
Yeah,
They give me medicine,
Massages.
self-medicated.
It actually didn't sound too bad, actually.
I like how she sneaks him in little macaroons, and he's
cute.
like, because we can't have sugar, but
Clearly
she's having sugar at home.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, pure like comic relief of that episode.
awesome.
Yeah, so what else are we talking about? Oh, I wasn't talking about Mr. Spence's nephew going after Carmen. Like, that's a little creepy.
He's so weird.
Do you think that, okay, this is what I thought when I first saw him and the weirdness of him. I was like, is he involved in that whole murder, robbery thing? That's what I thought.
No, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He's the guy. Okay, yeah, he's okay.
He
That's what I thought.
He wasn't the one that murdered him necessarily, because at
That guy
the end of
killed himself.
episode 5, Ethan, I don't know, he comes to talk to Ty about what happened, and Ethan just shows like his he's a part of that. Him and Ty are a part of that.
So
circle.
that's-
But he didn't kill Alejandro. We found out.
Wasn't it the guy that ended up committing suicide that killed Alejandro, I
No,
think?
that was Ty. That was Spencer.
He was
Spencer.
pretending,
He was
trying to
he was
commit
trying
suicide,
to,
but he
they
got
revived
found.
Same.
And the note flew away saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know the note flew away, but well, yeah, he's creepy. And he loves Carmen.
So weird. And he just takes everything that she says the wrong way. Like, that's just awkward situation when, you're being nice to someone and they just are like,
Well, he's like a puppy dog. Like, he's young and she's older and she's beautiful and he's just totally infatuated. So,
But
yeah.
that was that casting they did spot on with casting him. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, great.
casting.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Really quickly, we're gonna give a shout out to Charles Young, Twitter at Tritron312.
Awesome.
He was tweeting us and is watching right now. So tweet us your questions.
Yes. And we have a little shout out we have to do as
We
well.
do.
Miss Maria.
Miss Maria Menounos has another book. It's called The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds, so I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have her other book, The Every Girl's Guide to Just Life
I
in
have
General.
it too. It's great.
My mom got it for me, and my mom thought I needed a little organization in my life, and the first one was great. I can't wait to read this
Me
book.
too.
But you guys go pick out a copy.
It's good
great.
timing, just in time for summer too. So,
Yeah.
She has a lot of good recipes in there too, so I'm excited to try those out.
Yeah. 40 pounds.
Way to go.
You go, girl.
Right? So I guess we could talk about Rosie and Spence and Mr. Kenny. Rosie's in the restaurant on a date, trying to have a nice time. And Spence is there. And I love the fact that he finally came up to her and tried to explain the whole situation and why he said those things to her, because that was so hurtful to her. I'm just angry that he took so long to do it.
She told
I think
him. It was like 4 months.
Yeah.
And it's like he says later, I did that because she was gonna take my son from me, but then ends up anyway. She's
you
in
knew
court
that.
fighting for custody.
Forceful
Yeah.
custody,
So
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, at least he finally came, to her. But I feel bad because she's trying to slowly get over it, and now now there's conflict because there's two semi-love interests. Because I do think she still really loves Spence and
100%.
Definitely.
what's his name?
Kenny.
Kenny. I thought that was the dad.
The dad's Kenny?
Yeah, Mr.
Mr. Kenny. I was
Yeah.
calling him. Now she's
Kenneth.
dating the dad.
Kenneth. That's
What?
the.
Why are we blanking out?
Why am I thinking his
Pardon us.
Sorry. I want to call him Kenny for some reason, but I don't think that's
Was
his name.
it? This is so embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Let's call him the nephew for now.
Yes, the nephew.
Yeah, but yeah, clearly he really likes. I mean, who wouldn't like Rosie? But now he's gonna be
Well,
devious towards her.
He kept saying like, this is moving so slow. Is that the reason why? And then Spence shows up at their house actually again. He's trying, and he catches him and her together. But Rosie was right about sticking up for herself and saying, "Why did you take so long?" And I like that Rosie. She's so sweet, but she's tough, and she still
Fiery.
stands up for herself and calls people out. I love her. She's awesome.
Well, I love how she told the nephew when he was like, I'm not comfortable with you talking. She's like, well, it doesn't concern you who I talk to.
Exactly. It's not your business.
And they're not even, they're not boyfriend girlfriend. She hasn't even kissed the poor dude.
So this guy is showing major red flags here.
Oh,
Controlling.
yeah.
And he pretty much set up Spence.
I'm upset that Spence fell for it because clearly Rosie didn't introduce him as her boyfriend. She introduced him as her attorney. If she was into him, Spence, Spence could have been a little smarter. Kind of investigated that a little, be like, oh, are you really hooking up with this guy? And not fell for the BS and get taped and to go on TMZ and hurt his trial for his kid.
I'm loving that this season has a lot more dramatic episodes with Spence's character because it's taking me back to my Melrose Place days a little bit. And not to date myself, but so I
what is that?
I know, right?
What's
What was
Melrose
that again?
Place?
Melrose Place? It's a show I heard about. But no, I love his character, and I really hope him and Rosie work out.
I know. And that just shows how much he still loves her and has passion for her because he flipped because because he really hasn't even got any action with Rosie and he's like so we're we slept with the same girl or whatever he said and he flipped.
He's like, we both hit that.
Yeah.
So inappropriate.
I know.
But he was trying to say anything you can to get him to hit
yeah.
him, and he had the guy tape it, and it was all over TMZ, and that's never good.
And then he has the nerve to go back to Rosie and be like, he was talking about all these things about you, so disrespectful.
Which is what he was doing.
Exactly.
And then she calls Spence and doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt. That upset me. Am I really Rosie? And then poor Spence, Carmen is there to console him. And then creepy nephew sees her giving him a hug, and he.
Oh God, it's just getting messy.
He thinks that, the uncle is with Carmen.
You see the wheels turning in his head, like the psycho sound.
Well, because Carmen broke up with him, she's like, I can't accept this $3,000 jacket because Mr. Spence said you got to give it back. But she's like, made up a lie. She's like, I'm seeing somebody. He's famous. I got to protect his. And now he thinks it's Spence.
Oh, how funny is it though with Spence's character and Carmen, and he's like, you can't just go around kissing the help, and she's like, oh, should I tell him you and Rosie had a thing? He's like, oh yeah, you better let him down easy yourself.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I started cracking up when I saw that.
I love how she at first she knew what to do when he gave her that expensive jacket. She knew she couldn't take it, but then she's like, okay, she tries it on.
So funny.
So funny.
Sure, why not?
But I hope that that Carmen can kind of help mediate the thing between Rosie and Mr. Spence because
You would think.
That's what I was hoping the whole time when she got the job that's what would happen. Which she is kind of. She told him where she's working so he could show. So she is.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get into, which is actually a major point in the show. Marisol confronting Nick and asking him to get rid of Opal, and confronting him about Dahlia and Opal being lovers.
What do you? Well, okay. So I guess we kind of find out what he has over her.
Yeah, you find out in the end.
But why would that be held over him if he didn't do it?
Because he kept the secret for so long.
Because he
now
didn't
he's like,
say.
Yeah,
So
he
it'd be
saw
like
it. He witnessed it.
accessory
Yeah.
to murder.
for not saying anything.
Accessory.
He kind of protected Opal
so
over his wife.
it's really weird.
I mean, like anyone that sees their wife pushed by somebody else or your maid would definitely turn that person in. I mean, that's your wife that you're supposed to love, and that person would go to jail, and but she's been living in his house for 15 years.
And we still don't know
The son,
what
maybe.
Ethan is. We still don't know that part. It could be
That
that
might be
he's
why.
just a good guy and he wants to leave the son money, or it could be that it is his son. But that's
Or it could be something like also it's held over his head, and like it's just a
Yeah.
twist. It could be anything actually, which is
and I think that got the wheels turning in Crazy Pants' head, Opal,
Crazy Pants.
I'm still
Crazy loafers.
He's
So
still
creepy.
alive. She's like, but you're still alive. He doesn't get that money until
you
I'm
die.
dead. And
Right.
he was like, yeah, well, you better do what I say, you little biatch, or you ain't getting nothing.
Which, I mean, the severance check he was going to give her, I mean, can you only imagine how much it is? I mean, it's probably more than she makes like 10 years.
Exactly, because he was going to leave her the house and buy
I
a
know.
whole new one with Marisol.
She's just so crazy. She's so crazy that she would rather have that same position and that her authority in that house than not work,
She
have a
wants to know
huge
what's going
house.
on.
Yeah, she wants to be in his life.
What I think is weird is the fact that you're right. She's so set on that house and being in that house, but you see in that flashback, Dahlia was like, "You were just an experiment. I don't really like you, So why is Opal hanging on to Dahlia so much?
She was in love. Look,
Well,
I mean,
They had an affair.
Yeah,
and
but
then she
still.
murdered her, so maybe there's also some sort of weird thing because she ended up killing her. I don't know.
Psycho.
obsessed with her.
Yeah.
She just wants to live in that house as long as she can because it reminds her of that affair they had. Even though for Dahlia it was just fun and games. Like she said, I was just bored. You were the help. I
You're an
wanted-
experiment, is
Yeah,
what she
you're an
said.
experiment.
She's like, you creep me out.
Yeah,
Famous last
that's
words.
Note to self: don't ever tell anyone they creep you out.
Well, don't tell a creepy person that
Yeah,
they
right.
creep you out.
And then you wonder why Ethan's so crazy too. Well, he witnessed the whole thing as a child, and
That's
he
right.
lied for the mom.
And remember in the first episode of the season, the cops asked him, and he said she jumped. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. Maybe we'll get into that with predictions.
Nick could be leaving him the money because it's like staying silent all these years.
But Nick, I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's alive. We were talking about this earlier. I mean,
think there's still a chance.
No,
he's dead. I think he's. What do you think? Do you think he's dead?
I don't think so.
You think he's alive?
I think he's gonna come back.
Interesting.
I don't think no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I thought Alejandro was gonna come back. So
We're hoping for you guys to come back, And
I know.
God, who's next? God,
No, no
please.
more.
no more deaths. I can't take it.
I know, right? What else do we have? Let me see.
News and gossip.
What about how funny it was that, to go back to Zoila, when she's at his house and she like
Forgot about
touches the dust and it's like, oh my God, your maid. I mean, the maid was really bad, but what are the odds that Rosie brings her when they're having coffee? Like, this is my friend from church.
So funny. That's just the genius of the writing of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I love it. So she ends up cleaning the house because she put her foot in her mouth and she was gonna get this poor maid fired, and
Finds out like the other maid's grandma's about to pass away and she has to go to San Diego, so she feels awful. Ends up cleaning the house.
for her new boyfriend.
Amazingly cleans the house, of course. And then the boyfriend, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, is like, gets angry. He's like, she's fired. He's like, she was holding out on me all these years.
I've been paying her all this top dollar and then she actually cleans better than this.
Yeah, I really like Zoila and him together, though. They're
Yeah.
cute. So
Hopefully that keeps going good. Hopefully the dad doesn't come back and like realizes it and tries to
I
intervene.
think she's over that.
I hope
find
so.
out New boyfriend today.
So we do actually have some gossip, right, Candice? I believe.
We do. We do. When I was going to get my Devious Maid, little gossip facts. Actually, each episode of Devious Maids, Mark Cherry, genius writer, each episode, these genius names, they're all actually based on a famous like Broadway play. So, and for episode 8, it's called Goodnight Mother, and that is about a play that took place in the 80s. So it's all about like creepy stuff, and they're saying that for episode 8 it kind of revolves more so around like Opal and like Goodnight Mother, like the creepy. So then it's like, okay, wait,
Let's give
so
you chills.
goodnight it's like kind of like goodbye. So I'm like, then I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, wait, is Nick dead? But
Yeah.
so
No.
I hope not.
hope
We love you, Mark Declan.
yes,
So
get on here.
come see us at AfterBuzz.
So should we get into some predictions? For
Yeah,
episode 8?
definitely.
Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ooh, lighting too. Okay, so predictions, Miss Francesca. We'll start with you.
I don't think that Nick is dead, but I don't think so. I guess let's see with I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I feel like I say this at the end of every episode. I don't know.
You've been kind of spot on with your predictions. Come on.
I think that, well, with Ethan, he's gonna assume that, you know, that's going on. So that's gonna create drama. I don't know if it's he's gonna release something out into like the public, or if somehow it's gonna get back to Rosie, and there's probably gonna be some like quarrels between the girls. But like you said, next episode it's more based on Opal, so I hope we find out a little bit more into their relationship, because that's just weird. Like I said, that we discover that she's like, oh, you were just an experiment, you creep me out, and what she really has over Nick's head. So hopefully we find out about that.
Okay, awesome. Candice?
My predictions, let's see.
I like the accent.
I think Rosie is going to, I think she's going to go and talk to, you know, Spence and give him, you know, listen to his side of the story. And I think she will give him the benefit of the doubt. As far as his crazy nephew, Ty, I think he's going to try to do something crazy and try to break up Carmen and his fake relationship that she has going on with the uncle. I do think Remy is going to wear Valentina down, because like he's Remy, like, who, you know, she's gonna get worn down, and poor Ethan can't compete. Sorry, pool boy, you're crazy, and it's Team Remy over here.
We need shirts, I think.
Yeah. Team Remy.
Awesome.
And I think Zoila is gonna, you know, fall in love with her great chef she's met, but I think he's too good to be true. I think he's gonna have an ex-wife come out of the woodworks, or he's gonna have children, or something's not gonna be right with him. It's too good to be true. So, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably be way out there and crazy with my predictions. Why not? You kind of hit on it a little bit, but the crazy nephew, Ty, I think he's going to actually, and I really don't want any more deaths on the show, I think he's actually going to kill Mr. Spence.
What?
Yeah, he's going to try. Well, he's going to try to kill him. I don't know if he's going to die, but I think he's going to attempt, because he is so crazy.
He's going to do something dramatic,
He's
definitely.
so obsessed with Carmen. Yeah, and he thinks they have a relationship, and he's like infatuated, like to a point of psychoness. So that's what I think. Opal, I think Nick, unfortunately, is not going to be with us anymore. I think Opal killed him. And, we're getting music. Well, I think that's going to be all for my predictions tonight. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm Laila Sadny. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Laila Sadny. And you guys tell everyone where they can find you.
Hi, guys. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter, Candy Buen, CandiBuen.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, XOXOCESCA. And I believe the AfterBuzz site is still down, but please leave us comments on our YouTube. We post it on YouTube. Leave us comments.
And tweet us.
Tweet us. Tell us what you think. And one last thing I forgot to say. What do you think, you know, this question for you, we'll save it for next time. What do you think was in completely all of Ty's journal?
Tweet us.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. We want to know. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.